And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Here's Tate to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jameis now on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 2nd down, Winston again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Let's go. It's on the play.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete as well.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Escaping the pressure right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
You got to worry about a grounding call when you're throwing from back there. No flag on that play, but maybe, possibly.
Well, that's one that we have certainly seen called before.
Yeah, I think what you have to be cognizant of is where he is on the field. Is he in the pocket or out of the pocket about whether or not that flag will be pulled.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here's Foles. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give the tackle to Tease Tabor that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Foles. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He'll get it up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He may try and run for this. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
Here's Tate to return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Going deep and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally they do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down, Winston. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 3 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now Foles. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed first down?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored, better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Baker. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Winston now to throw on first down. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now Jameis on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. He had their lone TD. Earlier, now he's got a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, here we go, I got you.
Again to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They'll set up a throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go, here we go. Yes. Set. Green 80.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working out of the gun, Winston. They got his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They go play action. Winston. And that's complete to Jesse James. 23 yards on the play.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. First down, Winston. And Stills over the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Saints add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
13.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Flushed out right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Jameis now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. Forced out to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look, credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
To throw, Winston. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. Get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Going for the deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. The carry here for the big tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Foles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Here's Foles. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Foles. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Back to throw again. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Gano out to kick this one away. Here's Tate to return. Gets past one man. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Ready, blue ready.
Off the play fake, Winston. James has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Pass incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he finds Stills, complete. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pick up there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now Foles. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. He hits more. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Winning!
They'll run with McCaffrey, and they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run on 1st down. Baker. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Great. Zebra. Let's go. Flat.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown, and now a 2-point conversion, and we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. He's back to throw. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
On first down, Baker. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for New Orleans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Y'all know his name? Ayo, Mac, ladies and gentlemen, C5. Oh! Wayne time. Oh! Yeah. Woo! Zone. Let me see your shoulders work. I mean, I don't know what y'all came here to do, but if you ain't got a lighter, what for?
What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. You're a roughneck, I'm a cutthroat. You're a tough guy, that's enough jokes. Then the sun died, the night is young though. The diamonds still shine, in the rough. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, where the ones go? It's a show, put you front row. Talking bro, let your tongue show. Money over and above, that is still my favorite love quote. Put the aside, what the for? I sleep with the and she don't snow. What the yo? Where the love go? Trade the ski mask for the it's a bath. Where the suns go? It's a Swiss B. That'll drums go. If she's iffy, that'll go. If she's sip, double cup toast. I got a duffel full of hundos. That'll love go. Where's the uproar? What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. Get the though. I don't bluff, bro. I come out the scuffle without a scuffle. Bro, I don't though. Yellow diamonds up close, catch a sunstroke at your front door with a store. Knock, knock, who's there's how it won't go. Just the jungle, so have the utmost for the nutsos. And we nuts so, what the bro? Where I'm from, bro. We grow up fast, we roll up slow. We throw up, she throw up. Dreadlock, hang time like you don't know. Put the in the bag like a lawnmower. Head pull back like a cornrow. Extra in the stash like a console. Listening to Bono, you listen to Dono. What the bro? Where the love go? Swizzy eat a chef. I like my lunch gross. Just look up, bro. That'll scuds go. I see the. But where when I give it back. Now where's the up from? What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. Snatch your head like a buffalo. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. Snatch your head like a buffalo.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got this a lazy, my posse dipping, I raise it. The proof of the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. On my bacon, big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. All day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and got him. Took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash bubbling.